welcome back to this biology class on your favorite channel, Biolab India. In the previous video, we have started a one shot on reproduction in organisms chapter. Let me check whether the recording is on. Yes, mic is working perfectly, and the screen is okay. Yes, in the previous class, we have started a one shot lecture on reproduction in organisms, and we have completed most of the introductory topics and asexual reproduction. If you haven't watched that video, if you feel that it is necessary for you, the asexual reproduction part, go watch it and come here. Today, since we are gonna start the sexual reproduction part. Yes, I hope this part is gonna be a little easy for us because we have completed the human reproduction topic. Yes, meiosis and all those will be easy. Today we'll be starting sexual reproduction topic. If anyone haven't watched the previous video, go watch it and come. Okay, now starting, get your notes and pens. Okay, now see, generally in life we have three phases. Three phases of life are there. What are they? Juvenile phase. Yeah, do you understand where the word juvenile? Juvenile phase. If the spelling is wrong, please forgive me once. Let me check it. Yeah, juvenile. Yes, I hope that it is wrong. So juvenile phase, or this is in plants, it is called as also vegetative phase. Let me come inside. Yes, juvenile phase. Please adjust with the things here. Some sorts of, the green screen is not working. Now please adjust until I buy a new one. Okay, juvenile phase is the first phase of life. The second phase after juvenile phase is the reproductive phase. This is the main phase in this chapter, reproductive phase main, which we are discussing. Yes, after reproductive phase, which phase? Old age. Okay. Old age or senescence. Old age or senescence. End of juvenile phase marks the beginning of reproductive phase. End of reproductive phase marks the beginning of old age. Okay, these three come in order. These three. Yeah. Now let us sync this to our life. See, juvenile phase. Generally, when do you pass through the juvenile phases? From the age when you are born, like when you are infant, until the teenage, until the beginning of teenage, 12, 13. From until 13 years, we are juvenile kids. Okay, we are considered as kids. Coming in the reproductive phase, the teenage. This reproductive phase is your teenage. Okay, next one. This is your old age. After teenage, like if the average lifespan we have already seen of human is 60 years from the end, that is 19, 20 to from 19 or 20 years till until the death of the man is your old age. Okay, clear? These three are the phases of life. Now moving on further in this chapter. Now, what is the characteristic feature of sexual reproduction? That is fusion. Fusion of what? Gametes occurs. Okay, gametes occurs. Now there are different types of gametes. So this all gamete formation, types of gametes, all come under pre-fertilization period. Once let me just switch on the fan. I am sweating like a buffalo. Yes. Fine. Let me just try switching off this light if it is working. Yes, this is fine here. But no. Okay. Now the gamete formation, the types of gametes, these all come under the pre-fertilization period. Actually, in sexual reproduction, there are three major events. One is the pre-fertilization period, events during sexual reproduction. Okay, You have to catch hold of the tablet, otherwise it is not working. Yes. Events of SRP, sexual reproduction. SRP means, okay, there are 3 events mainly. One, put a heading A. What is A? Pre-fertilization period. Put B, fertilization or fusion. Put C, post-fertilization. These are the 3 phases which are generally seen in your sexual reproduction. What does pre-fertilization involves? It involves the gamete formation. Formation of gametes by meiosis. Yes, why gametes are formed by meiosis? Since gametes fuse together in sexual reproduction, they have to be haploid. In order to get the haploid count from diploid number, diploid set, as in the case of human beings, if you see primary oocyte is 2N. Yes, primary oocyte is 2N, but the secondary oocyte is what? Yes, come on, let me know in the comment section. Actually, in humans, one spermatozoa divides by mitosis, which is 2N gets into, sorry, not spermatogonia. Yeah, spermatogonia divides by mitosis, which is diploid, and forms a diploid primary spermatocyte. And this primary spermatocyte undergoes meiosis 1. Yeah, from diploid, secondary haploid spermatocytes are formed. So see, so that is how meiosis happens. Since there is a fusion of gametes, meiosis should happen. If there is no meiosis occurring, what happens is diploid set come together and they form quadruple set, which is not possible in an organism. Yes, diploid set or triploid set. Mostly we see diploid in animals and triploid at some places in plants. Yes, so that is why in order to maintain the chromosome count, gametes undergo meiosis. Okay, about this meiosis, we'll be talking about it very detailed in the cell division and cell cycle chapter. Okay. Now these are the 3 phases during SRP: pre-fertilization, fertilization, post-fertilization. What happens during the pre-fertilization? Gametes formation occurs. There are different types of gametes. One, it is called as isogametes. Second one is called as anisogametes. Okay, now let us see those isogametes and anisogametes now. Gametes, iso, aniso. What do you mean by aniso? Yeah, different. Iso means same. Yeah, yep, same iso, different aniso. Yes. Iso means same, aniso means different. See what happens is, same means if you see cladophora, zoospores in cladophora. Okay, if you see gametes of cladophora, they look alike. The male gamete. Okay, I have to take this into my hand, otherwise it does not work. The male gamete and the female gamete look alike in which? Cladophora. See, there's 2 structures are alike. They are having 2 flagella. These are also having 2 flagella. They are oval. These are also oval. Like this, these both gametes are same. So this type of condition is called as isogametic condition. This type of condition in cladophora, which you see here, is called as your isogametic condition. This one. This is your isogametic condition. Okay. Clear? Very clear. That is seen in cladophora. Okay. Now, these are iso means same. These are iso. Now let me give you an example of anisogametes. Anisogametes in humans, ovum is this big, sperm is this small. Yes, ovum, sperm is motile. See, there are morphological changes, morphological dissimilarities, as well as physiological dissimilarities between the two. Here also they are morphologically similar, physiologically similar, but here morphologically they are different. Ovum is this big. See, here, yes, this is ovum, this large, but the sperm is this small. The fusion occurs between these two. So ovum is a female gamete, sperm is a male gamete. Therefore, what happens here? Anisogametes. These are called as anisogametes, and this is called as Okay, leave it. It actually comes not here. It comes in pollination, sexual reproduction, and flowering plants, the next chapter. Okay, those are iso, those are aniso. Aniso, we have another example in our NCERT textbook, that is fucus. See, cladophora is an alga. Am I right or no? Is cladophora an alga? Yes. Fucus is also an alga. See the examples of fucus. Another anisogametes. See, the female gamete is this big and the male gamete is such small. See, here the female gamete is this big and the male gamete is so small. See the example given. That the male gamete is also having unequal flagella. Right, if my textbook is seen to you, I'll try to show you it. See, come here. Oh, okay, no problem, nothing happens. Yes, see this. Yeah, this one. This is your female gamete. This small thing is your male gamete. Can you see this? Got it? This is your fucus. This is in your heterogamous condition. Is in your fucus. Okay, clear? Yes. Isogametes are also called as homogametes. Now, homogametes and anisogametes are also called as heterogametes since they are different. Iso are similar, so homo. Okay. No confusion. Everything clear until here? Yes. If you have any doubts, please post it in the comments. Okay. This is the pre-fertilization event that is happening. Okay. Actually, during fertilization, these gametes are haploid, right? During fertilization, fusion occurs. Now we are moving on to fertilization. Fusion occurs. Male and female gamete, whether it is an isogamete or anisogamete, they fuse together to form a single cell called as zygote. Zygote is formed. Okay. Interesting. This single cell, this single big cell is called as your zygote. Zygote. Now, why I am doing this much for a zygote? You might wonder. See, every living organism comes from an unicellular structure. That is your zygote. Zygote is single celled. Knock knock. Zygote is unicellular. Knock knock. A question. Zygote is unicellular. Zygote is not multicellular. It is unicellular. From unicellular, division occurs. Blastomeres get formed. We have seen in human reproduction how the zygote divides. Cleavage of zygote takes place. So this zygote is unicellular. It forms the whole multicellular organism. This big organism. Okay. Then this zygote is it diploid or haploid? Yes, it is diploid. Of course, two haploid structures are fusing to form a diploid structure. So that is why meiosis has to occur. Yes, I am leaving some topics in between since I will be coming to them after this events. Okay, please do not worry. Now these gametes are also called as meiocytes since they undergo meiosis. Gametes gametes, let me try a bit of Hindi. Gametes को हम बोलते हैं meiocytes. Okay, why? Because please do not laugh at my Hindi since I am very poor in Hindi. They are also called as meiocytes. Okay, they are also called as meiocytes since they are undergoing meiosis. Where is this? Hello. Okay, understood the wrong. A minute, guys. Just a minute. Understood the wrong. Please. This would be clear now. I hope this should be clear right now. Yeah. Gametes are also called as meiocytes. Why? Since they are undergoing meiosis. Meiosis means reduction division. Diploid cells form haploid cells. Okay. क्लियर है ना? क्लियर ही है बच्चों, क्लियर है. It should be clear to everyone, each and everyone. Okay. Now actually what happens? Okay, you're saying about the gametes transfer, gametes fusion. Okay, how are these gametes transferred now? What are the ways through which these gametes can be transferred? Okay, in human beings we have already seen the gamete transferred through the coitus, but how in different organisms it happens? Take for example of plants. In plants also take example of algae, bryophytes. Bryophytes, why are they called as amphibians of plant kingdom? Now in the comment section immediately. Yeah, bryophytes, algae, and some fungi. They have motile gametes. Yes, a few fungi and algae have motile gametes. Their gametes can move and their fusion can happen, gametes transfer ultimately. But there is a need of medium through which male gametes move. Okay, in several members like algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes. Sorry, I have included fungi. Actually, in plants, I have included fungi. So that's the mistake. Not the fungi is not an example. Fungi also requires a medium for transportation of gametes. Yes. The algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes of plants. Okay. BAP. Remember it as what's happening? Remember it as BAP. Okay. Bryophytes, algae and pteridophytes. These three have evolved a mechanism of transfer of gametes through water. Hence they are called as, bryophytes are called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Now don't ask me why are these two not considered as amphibians of plant kingdom. I don't know. Why? Because why these are called bryophytes are called amphibians of plant kingdom, I will be explaining you in the evolution chapter. Now I don't know. In NCERT it is written in class 11 textbook, that is why I am telling you. In the evolution chapter, I know the answer, but in the evaluation here it is not necessary. No unnecessary discussions. So I will be telling you in the evaluation chapter, please do not worry. These three have evolved a mechanism of transfer of gametes through water. Okay, remember BAP. BAP is through water. Now a large number of male gametes, however, fail to reach the female gametes. Hence, there are large number of male gametes being produced. Now, if you take a frog, external fertilization happens in frog. Okay, if you take these fishes, not frogs, sorry, fishes, external fertilization happens in fishes. What happens is male releases many sperms, female releases many eggs, and by chance these sperms of the same species might combine together, might fuse together and form an young ones. So that is the thing happening. This actually happens, a little getting fused actually happens in the natural ecosystem, that is ponds or lakes, not ponds or lakes, sorry, rivers or seas. But in the artificial ecosystem, like the you can take aquariums, there are most probable chances of fertilization taking place because we grow same kind of species for breeding. Yes, so that is the thing. Okay, now several thousand gametes are formed. Okay, this have evolved the gamete transfer to water medium. What about angiosperms and gymnosperms? We haven't spoke about them. Yes, I am coming to them only. Angiosperms and gymnosperms, basically flowering plants, have evolved a mechanism of pollination. Flowering plants have evolved a mechanism of pollination. Okay, pollination. What is pollination? I don't know. So let me explain you. Pollination is the transfer of. See, this is your stamen. Yeah, stamen. Yes, anther. Sorry, not stamen. This is your stamen. This whole is your what, guys? This whole is your stamen. This is your anther. This is your filament, and this is your connective tissue. What are there inside the anther? Yes, pollen grains. These pollen grains are released. These pollen grains, this is your stigma. This is your style. This is your ovum. The transfer of these pollen grains, which are released by anther onto the stigma, is called as pollination. This pollination needs vectors. Like pollen grains can transfer by wind. They can transfer by water, wind. It is called as yes, come on, anemophily. So it is not called as animals. Please do not mix it. Anemophily is wind. It is the pollination through wind. Hydrophily is the pollination through water. Zoophily is the pollination through animals. Okay. In zoophily there are many types: bat pollination, insect pollination. Most common is insect pollination. Okay. In hydrophily and anemophily, most common is anemophily, wind pollination. About this pollination we will be talking in the next chapter, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Okay. Now, the most crucial event during the sexual reproduction is fertilization. The most crucial event during the sexual reproduction is fertilization. Now underline this sentence in page number 14. In page number 14, beside the diagram of germination of pollen grains, last line of the para which is above the fertilization. Okay, underline this line. Most crucial event during the sexual reproduction is your fertilization. This line, underline this, it is very important. Okay. Now coming into fertilization. Fusion of gametes. This process is called as syngamy, results in the formation of diploid zygote. The term fertilization is also often used for this process. Okay, syngamy or fertilization is one and the same. Syngamy, it is called as in the flowering plants. Syngamy we call generally in flowering plants. Actually, double fertilization and triple fusion together, it is called as syngamy. Okay. Next one. Actually, without the fertilization, new organisms can be formed through a method called as parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. This is a method through which animals or plants can be formed, the organisms can be produced without the fusion of gametes. Okay, for example, honeybees, worker honeybees, they are parthenogenic. Not workers, sorry, drones. Drones are parthenogenic. Next one, it is your if you take parthenocarpic fruits are also there. Parthenocarpic fruits, we will be talking about this parthenogenesis and parthenocarpy and parthenocarpic fruits in the next chapter only. Okay, here just the word is introduced. I have given you an example in. Okay, where does this syngamy happen actually? This syngamy actually happens either outside or inside the female organism. If it happens inside the female's body, it is called as internal fertilization or internal syngamy. If it happens outside the female body or outside the female body, it is called as external fertilization or external syngamy. Okay, clear? Now which show internal fertilization, which show external fertilization. Mostly aquatic animals follow external fertilization, external mode of fertilization, but whereas terrestrial animals, they cannot transfer their gametes, they cannot transfer their gametes through any media such as air. They cannot release the gametes into air. So what happens is internal fertilization happens. There is no air inside, in the air no fertilization happens. In the air no fertilization happens since they cannot release them outside. There happens in the female body itself. We have seen in humans. Okay, clear. There are some examples for internal fertilizations. Okay, like the birds, reptiles, mammals. Majority of plants such as bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Bryophytes and pteridophytes, the thing is, though the gametes are transferred to water, no external fertilization happens in water. These gametes reach the female body, and inside the female body internal fertilization takes place. There is a misconception by most of the students here, since the bryophytes and pteridophytes have water as a medium of transfer of gametes, they think as if the fertilization also happens externally inside the water. No, that doesn't happen. Fertilization happens inside the female organism itself. That is why they also follow internal mode of fertilization. Now, what are the examples of external? I have told you fishes, frogs. Frogs also release their gametes into water, and tadpole larva is formed outside the female body itself. Okay, this is a great disadvantage, guys. The external fertilizations. Since external fertilization can be affected by many factors ranging from temperature to pH, many factors ranging from wind, water, current flow, etc. So that is the thing why external fertilization is more disadvantageous than the internal fertilization. Clear? Now let us see the post-fertilization events. Now what are the post-fertilization events? Zygote is formed, that is the main event that happens, and the zygote is a vital link that ensures the continuity of species between organisms of one generation and the next. So that is why organisms are reproducing. Organisms are basically reproducing in order to continue their generations. I have told you this in the introductory video of human reproduction. I have already told you that in my previous video. Please watch it if you want the introduction in more detail for reproduction. Like reproduction is a life continuing process, it is not a life process. Like that, I have picked up lines from the 10th class NCERT, and also I have explained so that it is understood in a more detailed way. Now coming into embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is the formation of embryo from the zygote. Zygote is there, it divides, cleavage occurs, morula stage, gastrula, blastula, gastrula, etc. It forms a huge mass of cells called as embryo, and from this embryo, this huge body, legs, like limbs, face, brain, heart, kidneys, liver, stomach, whatnot, everything is formed by embryo. But what is the reason for the formation of embryo? Ultimately zygote. That is why it is a connecting link. That is why it is a vital connecting link between two generations of a species. Okay. Next one. While embryo is developing, cell growth and cell differentiation occur simultaneously. Cells grow and some other cells differentiate from different organs like heart, brain, those organs which I have mentioned you earlier. Okay, some cells grow. These cells which have grown, they differentiate simultaneously in order to form the organs, vital organs. Now coming into the next one. Yes, there are two different types of animals, oviparous animals and viviparous animals. I have no need to explain you this. Oviparous animals are the animals which lay eggs. Ovi, eggs, ovums, ovi, ovum, egg. Viviparity means which lay young ones. Okay, for example, mammals. Mammals lay their young ones, they do not lay eggs. One mammal is an exception. What is that? Come on, in animal kingdom. Yes, platypus. Yes, platypus. Remember that ornithorhynchus. Yes, platypus or ornithorhynchus. Remember that show. I watch it till today. Like the Phineas and Ferbs. Yes, in that platypus is there. Yeah, their pet Perry the platypus. Yes, that is a mammal which lays eggs. It does not lay young ones. An exception. That is in platypus. Let me try to draw it. That Perry the platypus. If a diagram is so horrible, please do not mind it. It is in blue color. That cartoon, and it has a brown color tail, brown color legs, and brown color beak, which is generally not pointed. Yes, and two eyes. Like this somewhat that Perry the platypus look like. Okay, clear? These fertilized eggs in some organisms, they have a silicious yes, these have the calcareous cells which are made up of calcium. Yes, if you see the hen which lays eggs, that hen eggs, Ascaris eggs are, do you remember that they resemble mammalian eggs due to this feature? Due to the calcareous cell which is present around them, they resemble mammalian eggs. Okay, due to this feature. Now we have left away some points like the sexuality of organisms. Now coming into sexuality of organisms, whether an organism is unisexual or bisexual, in order to tell this condition, we have to see the sexes. Whether male and female sexes are present in a similar organism or different organism. Bisexual. Remember one thing, do not remember bisexual, monoecious, both. Do not try to remember or memorize both the tricks. Remember one trick, and remember that the second one is a other name for that. Now bisexual. Coming into bisexual, both sexes are present in same. Bi means two. Sexes. Sexual means sexes. both sexes in one organism. Both means two actually. Bi means two. Bi means two sexes in one organism. Coming into uni is single. Unisexual. Okay, ignore the handwriting. Uni means one. Sexual means sex. One sex in one organism. One sex in one organism. This is both male and female in one. This is either male or female. Okay, this condition is also called as dioecious condition. This condition is also called as monoecious condition. If you ask me, I will tell you to remember this bisexual, unisexual, because we are familiar with it. We are familiar with these conditions. So that is why I am asking you to remember these two. Do not try to memorize the dioecious and monoecious conditions. It will lead to a hell of confusion. So remember these two, and remember that dioecious is another name for the unisexual condition, whereas monoecious is the another name for bisexual condition. Remember like this. This is the sexuality of organism. And coming to the examples, in unisexual, yes, in unisexual example in animals is we humans. Humans are unisexual. Yes, we are not bisexual. Coming into bisexual plants, there is hibiscus rosa sinensis or China rose. If you have ever seen the hibiscus plant, it is having male and female gametophytes, the producing structures on the stamen and pistil or carpel on the same flower. That is your bisexual condition. And as per your NCERT, bisexual condition is also having another example of cuca, cucurbita and coconuts. Cucurbits and coconuts. This is a trick to remember, cuco. Okay, cuco. In animals with this bisexual condition is also called as the animals which with the bisexual condition are called as hermaphrodites. Okay, hermaphrodites. Tapeworm, leech. Yeah, tapeworm and leech are the familiar examples and typical examples of bisexual condition. Earthworm, cockroach, humans. These all are the examples for unisexual conditions. Okay, clear? This is your sexuality of organisms. Now I have some important things about some special plants. We have to, here we have in our NCERT, we have been mentioned with some special plants. Special plants are like your Strobilanthus kuntiana. Strobilanthus kuntiana or Neel Kuranj, it flowers once in every 12 years. Actually, the date which is given in your NCERT, in our NCERT 2006 is wrong. It has already flowered after 12 years, after 2006, in 2018 September and October seasons or months. Now let me try to show you this image of this. Let me just try to show you this image. See how beautiful it is to look at it. Like when it flowers, when it blooms and blossoms, whole the belt of Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, hills which are present, it generally grows in hilly stations, where hills are present, they all turn blue. See, these are your images of Strobilanthus kuntiana, which you can see here on the screens, on your screens. Yes. See, Neil Corange or Strobilanthus kuntiana. This one. Neil Corange or Strobilanthus kuntiana. See how beautiful it is. It has made whole, green hill as if it is appearing in blue color. Yes, as if it is appearing in blue color. This is an adorable nature of this Strobilanthus kuntiana. See the next one. It is the zoomed view of the flower Strobilanthus kuntiana. See, it generally produces purple or violet color flowers. These are your Strobilanthus kuntiana flowers. See. Okay, the Strobilanthus kuntiana is also called as Neil Corange. Neil Corange. Why? Neil means blue in color. Blue color in Hindi. Corange. So that is what. Corange means flower. Neil Corange. I don't know Corange meaning, but Neil means blue in Hindi. Now let us move on to our tablet screen. Okay, that is your one of the example, one of the special plant which has mentioned that it flowers once in every 12 years. It has flowered in 2018 latest date. After 12 years means when? Yes, after 12 years at 12 ray. 10 ray. Okay. Yes. 10 array, here 1 array, 30. And again 2030, now it is 23. After again 7 years, it will again blossom. If I get time, I will be making a measure to that case. Actually, this is your one of the example. Then next one, another special plant is bamboo species. Some of the species of bamboo, they flower only once in lifetime. After the flowering, I hope as per your NCERT, which has been written here, bamboo species flower only once in lifetime. Generally, after 50 or 100 or 50 to 100 years, produce large number of fruits at a time. They flower only once. After that, 50 to 100 years of age, they fruit a large number of fruits. They release a large number of fruits. They produce a large number of fruits, and they die. These bamboo species, once in a lifetime flowering is bamboo species, and 12 years a time flowering is your which species is your not species, the flower is Strobilanthus kuntiana. Okay, clear? This is your two special plants. So that is why in bamboo it is perennial. The bamboo flower is a perennial. Once in lifetime only flowering comes. So that is why we cannot differentiate between the three phases of life in perennials: juvenile phase and reproductive and senescent phase. See, after juvenile phase, reproductive phase. Juvenile phase, end of juvenile phase marks the beginning of reproductive phase. Once in lifetime flowering is coming here, and when the flowering has come, you have to understand that juvenile phase is completed and the reproductive phase has started. Again, once the flower has come, fruits generate and the plant dies. Now, the fruit formation generally occurs in the reproductive phase only in many in annuals and biennials. Whereas in the case of perennials, it is not like that case. In the case of perennials, it is not like that. So that is why it is very difficult to distinguish between these three phases of life. Okay, guys. Okay. Now let us check whether if I have missed any point or not. Any point missed or misplaced. Okay. Okay. Yes. About fruit, pericarp, ovary, we will be making a detailed discussion in the sexual reproduction in flowering plants chapter. So that is why I don't want to tell you that now and make a confusion, create a confusion in your minds. Okay, that is the reason which I haven't touched the Okay. Now answer the NCERT exercises which are given behind, and once read the textbook, underline the important points, make those points as the notes. Once read the summary, answer the exercises which are given. These exercises, these help a lot for your boards as well as for NEET exam. Okay, that is it for this chapter, guys. We have completed this chapter. It is a one shot video, just in two parts: a sexual reproduction one part, sexual reproduction in other part. I hope you like this series, and if you show more love and support, I will be continuing this one shot series for many chapters which do not require greater explanation in depth. Okay, do not worry, I will not do this thing for genetics as well as molecular basis genetics lessons or genetic topic. I will not do this, please do not worry. If I do it, I will be trying to do it for biotechnology part, biotechnology in medicine one part, biotechnology in plants one part, the applications and processes and principles. I will be explaining some topics in detail, like gel electrophoresis experiment, PCR, some topics in detail, some topics briefly, one shot completed. Okay, like that I'll be doing. I want more and more support from you. So for that, what you have to do, go down, hit that like button very hard and subscribe to our channel Biolab India. This is Vamsi signing off. Have a great day further. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you, guys.